Hello everybody, this is Zibo and welcome to today's episode of In the News. So the KR update notice just dropped about 9 minutes ago. There'll be a patch for Guardian Tales KR server tomorrow, 17 June 2021. So let us see what to expect for tomorrow's patch. So if you guys have seen the thumbnail, you guys should see a sexy swimsuit waifu already, and she's none other than Lifeguard Yuze. So another transformation of an existing unit that we all know, and this time around is Yuze becoming a water warrior unit. So I'll include the abilities for her two-handed sword on the screen right now, so you guys can analyze yourself to see whether or not this unit will be powerful. As usual, I'll leave it until the actual release before I'll give my personal take as a hero review. And for her skill set, there's a CPR option, and I'm pretty sure most of you guys out there will want to get a CPR from her, but I will see whether or not I want to put it on my main care account or on my Smurf care account depending on her overall performance on the first day of release. And let us move on to the next item. So the next item is exclusive weapon for Twin Healer Favi, and I'll also include it on the screen. Below they also mention some change to this Frost Fairy, because I don't really know how this weapon works. So Frost Fairy attack power is 20% of parity, tenacity is 100% of parity, and recovery is 50% of parity. So I think the parity is the heal stats. So I don't know what tenacity, recovery, and actually means. Attack power, I know it's attack power, but I will leave until the actual release of this EX weapon to cover this change. So yeah, I hope the information have stayed on the screen long enough. Let us move on to the next point. So the next point is a new equipment, Parasol two-handed sword for the newly released Lifeguard Yuze. So currently we don't really have a water two-handed sword yet, so I think this one is designed for the Lifeguard Yuze. And let us move on to the next piece of news. And the next piece of news is the new world, Nightmare World 11. The Unrecorded World Part 2 is added, so we get stage 1, 2 and 3 to be open first. So when the patch actually drop, I'll do a stream for this Nightmare World 11, so stay tuned for that. And we have the Colosseum split preparatory work. Okay, so this one is interesting. Let us read this. The Colosseum will be split into several leagues. Each divided league consists of similar numbers of players. Ranking reward are the same for each league. It is divided into equal league, not the upper league or lower league concept. The time of application of division will be announced through a later notice. What I understand from this league split is that I think they are splitting up the player pools into different Colosseum tiers or different Colosseum categories, so that more people will have a chance to rise up in rank, because they do not have to face all the more powerful characters or more powerful players within the whole Colosseum pool. I don't know whether or not this will be a good thing, because reducing the active players in Colosseum might be a good thing or might not be a good thing. So we shall see when they actually announce how this division split will work. And the next one is obviously your usual hero as well as exclusive weapon buff. So Column is actually Lahn. So Lahn's basic attack increased from 174 to 181, and Tinia's basic HP increased from 1389 to increase to 1389, so plus 21 point increase for her HP. And then the defense also increased from 33 to 37. So the actual increase at level 80 will have to wait until the release before I can do a review. But I think this is good news for Tinia, because Tinia is a very frail character. By increasing her defensive capabilities, she might see some viability within the arena. And hero improvement, so Column is, I mentioned, Lahn. So harmony damage increased from 400% to 460%. So Lahn has been receiving many buffs for quite a while, and I think, I don't know man, I don't know whether this is a tipping point for her, but 400% to 460% after attack buff. And 7 attack I think is pretty massive when you compare it to some of the older heroes such as Ru. All this, they're getting like 10 points, so 7 points is somewhere in the mid to high tier range already. So definitely keep a lookout for the Lahn meta incoming really soon, in my opinion. And the next one, Eugene. So this is one buff that a lot of the KR players have been seeking out. So Eugene Eugene's basic first dash damage changed from dealing double damage to dealing single damage. So the total damage is the same. So what this means is when you charge with Eugene, right, she will go in and swing her sword. So instead of doing it two-phase, it will just do one single damage and the total damage is the same. So this will significantly increase Eugene's first point of contact damage output tremendously because she don't really need to spin her sword anymore. And the effect of increasing range defense by 30% has been changed to increasing defense by 30%. I think overall this is fair because nowadays there's a lot of melee units, so having additional 30% overall should make Eugene still viable but not overpowered in my opinion. And the next one, we have the exclusive weapon improvements. First one, we have Armada. So the exclusive weapon range has been increased by 20%. This is, I think, fair enough because Marina's exclusive weapon is very hard to land, and it sort of make her really vulnerable to a lot of close range weapon skill. So this is a buff that I think Marina might actually need and could make her go on par with some of the meta units in the pool right now, because we can see that Marina's usage has dropped tremendously over time. And the next one, Braveheart. So exclusive option bullet damage is increased by 13.8%. So that means that if Eugene is shooting in her bullet form, the damage of that bullet is increased by 13.8%. So overall, the buff has been applied to Tinia, Lahn, Eugene, as well as Marina. So if you are the user of any of these heroes, I think it's definitely great news for you. And let us move on. So bug fixes and changes. Okay. Co-op improvement. The map of cooperative game has been changed. The change has been made so that hero cannot be changed during the last 3 seconds during the cooldown in the quick matching room, and the counter party is divided into ready and start. So ready count 7 seconds, start count 3 seconds later, and game start. So heroes cannot be changed during the start count. So this is definitely a big plus. Okay, so the reason why this is implemented is because there are some players, right, who want, because they have 3 heroes to clear, so they will put a hero that everybody wants first, right, if you play with the pups, and they will just change it at the very last second. So this will probably spoil the run most of the time, and this is definitely a huge improvement for co-op in my opinion. So this will at least improve the experience you get when you play with the pups. And Labyrinth of Boundary, which is your Tower Horizon. Okay, new attribute. Okay, Earth. Okay, so 10 new stages added for Earth. Basic to be re-added back, new beginner mission, new collection bonus, and more bug fixes and improvement. So I will just leave it on screen for a bit if you guys want to watch, and pause this video if you guys really want to find out more, and I'll move on. So we have new products, unique hero package, new package. Okay, so they didn't really state the price, so I can't really tell you guys the value of this package. And yeah, new event. So pick up summon event. That will be Unrecorded World Part 2 Nightmare. And okay. So Guardian Pass for Favi's exclusive weapon. And we have the guild raid, which is Undersea Exploration. And there is the change in costume rotation. So we have a new costume for Sohi. We have a new costume for Lifeguard Yuze. And honestly speaking, I think these two don't really beat the swimsuit designs that they have, because the swimsuit one is simply hotter. So it depends on whether or not you want your Sohi and Yuze to be covered. Maybe you will get this costume. And let us scroll down. And oh wow, ice cream two-handed sword. Okay, so this is pretty cool. And this is another ice cream one-handed sword. So these are the new equipment rotation for the skin. And that's it for this InZ news. Thank you very much for tuning into this video, and I'll see you guys again in tomorrow's stream for the KR update if you guys are available. And do remember to like and subscribe in order to see more contents from this channel. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.